Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to a brand new video, and we're back for another round of the F1 2018 career mode. And yes, we're starting off here at the Hungary with this checkpoint challenge, so we're gonna have to beat the time at the top to try and complete the target distance. As you can see on your top right, 9.5 kilometers. And yeah, we have about, not sure, I think 30 seconds to complete it. So yeah, hopefully we can try and complete it. We're not going to complete it if we keep doing that, as we lose the back end massively there, and as well as getting on that curb. So that's definitely going to slow us up quite a bit. And now we're trying to go as fast as we dare around these three corners, getting a bit of understeer and going onto the curb there. But so far so good. It's we've got 25 seconds left in the session, so hopefully we're about almost 4 kilometers in terms of distance, and 30 seconds to the next checkpoint we go, as we lose massively the back end. And yeah, so we're still gonna power through and into the next lap. We lock up massively into the chicane there, as the timer has gone down ticking, but we just made the checkpoint there. And now coming on to the next checkpoint with only 5 seconds remaining, going deep into that corner, so that's definitely not going to help us out in any shape or form. And now we're coming around the final corner. Hopefully there's a checkpoint there waiting for us, or else we're not going to make it. Are we going to make this checkpoint? Yes, we just made the checkpoint. And I think we are going to complete it. We're 9 kilometers now on the screen, as you can see, with only 5 seconds remaining, and we just made the time. And yeah, that is the checkpoint challenge done. Alright, so you can see we passed the goal of 9.61 kilometers in total, and as you can see, now we're here for the French Grand Prix. We got a weight reduction upgrade for the chassis, and yeah, so it's definitely gonna boost our efforts to try and do better in this race. So as you can see now, this is the championship standings before this race, and we are 48 points behind the leader Lewis Hamilton, 8 points behind Sebastian Vettel. So we we fall back a bit in terms of the championship, because the car has we basically pushed the car to the maximum, and that's the results we can only cope with. This is the practice program. We got about 300 in total. You saw before is 900, but we spent it on some upgrades they are coming in the next few races. And yeah, so far the practice programs are quite okay, not major issues going into it. But now we are this is our qualifying lap, the first qualifying lap of the session, and we are taking it pretty cautiously, as you can see, into the corners, not pushing car as much as we would compared to compared to the end of qualifying sessions. But so far it's okay lap, losing the back end a bit, having to catch the rear end of the car, but so far so good at the moment, the lap. And it's the first time we're driving around this track, so we don't want to make any major mistakes, so just trying to get a decent lap in, and try to see where can we put our car on sector 2 split 53.9, and taking this corner flat out, as well as not taking flat this corner, but this corner is very nice. The car feels pretty hooked up around this corner, and yeah, loving that corner at the moment. Exiting the final few sequence of corners, and coming around the penultimate and now the final corner. Launch the car off the line, and yeah, as you can see, our ERS we've used up for the whole course of the lap. We said 132.7 puts us P13 on the super soft tires, I must add. So now we are going out on the ultra soft run, the final lap, and yeah, so far again we lose time into turn 1, but in the exit you see we gain quite a bit, and heading towards sector 2, still sector 1, but almost sector 2. We gain about 2/10 round the corner now, almost 2/10, and coming up the straight, open the DRS. Now this is where we gain quite a bit of advantage, but as you can see, I forgot to put it to max fuel, so yeah, that's we could have gained a bit more, but yeah, I just forgot about the fuel mixture. But we're gonna carry on. We have Bottas behind us actually, but we're gonna cruise on. We swerve a bit to not allow Bottas to get a bit of our slipstream, so that he doesn't ruin our lap. Coming into this corner now, braking very late, as you can see, compared to the racing line, what it tells us to do. And yeah, we're gaining quite a bit of time going deep into this corner, but in turn we get an okay exit, I guess, but it still loses a bit of time. But coming around the penultimate final corner, Bottas is still behind us, so he's definitely not improving on his lap, I assume. Across the line, where does it put us?
It's a bit disappointing, but we just need to push hard in the race. We can still come away with something.
So yeah, P18 only. That's
As we wind down from the excitement of
not good
for
what we've shown in practice.
It's time
so
to leave for now, but we'll be back tomorrow when the Grand Prix itself gets
yeah,
underway.
basically the practice programs. Well, looks like the AI have turned up the engine into party modes, and Alonso P9, and compared to this is P8. So that's definitely not good for the rivalries and all, but hopefully, again, as per usual, hopefully can do better in the races, like we, most of the time do. These are the accumulated points, resource points.
Obviously, I expected a better session, but these things happen from time to time. Try to make up for it in the race.
Yep, we're definitely gonna do that.
Welcome along then to the Circuit Paul Ricard, home of the French Grand Prix, home race of the Renault team, and of course a number of the drivers on the grid as well. Of the 14 races held here up until 1990, 5 were won by a Frenchman, and 4 of those, of course, were Alain Prost. I wonder who'll add their name to that winners list today. 6 lefts and 9 rights give us a total of 15 corners here at the Circuit Paul Ricard, and a lap covers an overall distance of 3.6 miles. Average speeds will be somewhere in the region of 142 miles per hour, and they'll be maxing out on the Mistral Straight at around 205 miles per hour. With that then, let's run through the grid order. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Verstappen, Sergio Perez, and Hülkenberg, Raikkonen, Alonso, Grosjean, and Carlos Sainz. Vettel, Leclerc, Pierre Gasly, and Ericsson, Ocon, Hartley, Khan, and Lance Stroll. Sirotkin and Kevin Magnussen rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
This is our engine supplier's home Grand Prix. Let's give them a race worth watching.
Right, so looking at the strategy so far, it's one stop looking like, and yeah, we're starting on P17 with Magnussen, I think, taking some engine penalties. So yeah, we're gonna take it as a free position like always, and I think the two Ferraris getting grip penalties as well. So yeah. Yeah, the strategy, we're playing a bit around with it, trying to see what can we do to be different, but as you can see, not much can be done. So we're just gonna jump into the formation lap and the race.
Map is good, but we need to learn the gears, so go into each one when you can. We're going to need some work on the brakes, so put some energy into them and warm the tyres as well, please.
Yeah, so Hartley is the car ahead of us, and so far practice start was okay. Not major qualms, but hopefully when it comes to the real start, nothing major happens as we form up the grid. Here we go to 5 red lights to the French Grand Prix around the circuit, Paul Ricard. The lights go green and away we go, and it's a good start from the front pack and our teammate as well. So well, we're hanging back for now, but we dive it down the inside of multiple cars, sends us up into P14. Very good start from us, and we are very nicely in front of our our rivals as we dive it down the inside of two cars there, Hulkenberg and I think one of the Toro Rossos, but I think Hulkenberg has been spun round for some reason, so I didn't know. Did we tap him? Because I definitely left him quite a bit of room. This is what it looked like from Sainz actually. Sainz is on board, and yeah, look at that. We didn't actually touch him, so he spun it on his own. This is the off-board point of view, and looked like the Toro Rosso tapped Sainz round, and that looked like that's what happened. Yeah, so this is Pierre's point of view, and yeah, he just tags Sainz's rear end tire, and that's Sainz round. So a pretty good start for ourselves, and we're looking to size up Leclerc as we nearly smash into the back of him. Very lucky to get away with that. So, and Vettel actually is the one ahead of Leclerc. So Vettel, he got an engine penalty, grip penalty. So again, sizing up Leclerc, and Leclerc looks to be struggling a little bit, falling back from Sebastian Vettel. And now we got cutting to the next few corners. Leclerc's going a bit slowly in this section, and we're going to go down the inside into the final corner, and we get the job done on the Sauber driver. Next up is Vettel, and we're catching Vettel actually, and I'm surprised, but I think it will mostly be because there's a train being held up ahead of us in the form of one of the Force India boys. So this train is definitely going to help us out, but as you can see, Vettel pulls away very dramatically compared to us, and that Ferrari engine is definitely the better engine at the moment. As well as, speaking of the Ferrari engine versus our engine, the Haas goes past our teammate, and that's a very good move for the Haas driver. I think it's Romain Grosjean. Yeah, it is Romain Grosjean. And behind you can see Vettel going down the inside of our teammate into the swooping right-hander. Will he be able to make it stick? Yes, he does, but Alonso's still hanging in there, and all of this is just allowing us to catch up to that pack. And we lock up into the corner a bit, so losing a bit of time to Alonso, but we are on different strategies. As you can see, we're in Super Softs, whereas Alonso is on the Ultra Softs. So it'd be interesting to see which strategy plays out well. And Looking on to the next lap on the straight. We're gaining on Alonso. Will we make a move on him? Into the corner, we think better of it, so we're sizing him up for the next corner. And Alonso doesn't get the best exit. Well, gets a better exit, but we got the slipstream, and Leclerc behind us is. So Alonso ahead of us, and what can we do to size him up? We're going a bit wide through this corner, and Leclerc is just right there. Just managed to cut him off. Yeah, this dirty air is affecting us quite a bit. And look at that, Alonso. Well, that's us going around the outside of Vettel. As you're gonna see that they all pull into the pits. Alonso, our teammate, hit it the last lap before, so that's why we are ahead of him. And so Vettel now peels into the pits as well as a lot of guys. So myself and Leclerc on the different strategy, alternate strategy, and we're gonna take our super soft tires as long as we can. And speaking of taking the super soft as long as we can, Leclerc is going on a move on us, and we both brake late into the corner. Who's going to come out on top? It's Leclerc. So Leclerc, very nice move down the inside, but crucially, got the slipstream on him. And can we make the move into the next corner? We're going to go for it like Sebastian Vettel, and Leclerc just backs out of it, and we are now back up into P1 for this French Grand Prix. Getting a bit of understeer into the corner, but so far still so good. Leclerc again next lap going for the move, and this time we stay behind him, trying to get as close as we can, trying to get the best exit possible, trying to size him up like we did for the last lap. And we're in the slipstream. Looks like Leclerc is using some extra ERS, and we can't really fight him into this corner, but into the next corner we are having a look. And we send one down the inside of Leclerc. Leclerc has no answer for that, and we are hanging on to P1. And very nicely, I must say. Going deep into the corner, but trying to straighten up the car, and Leclerc is still there. There's a great battle between us two. But eventually we come out on top there. And a bit of bodywork damage from us, I must say. But that wouldn't really affect us as much in the game. So far so good, and Leclerc eventually peels into the pits.
We're approaching the pit
And
window.
now
You'll be on the
as we
soft.
cross the line,
Energy.
Jeff is
Reducing
pulling
your
us in for a
Understood,
pit
stopping this
stop,
lap.
and we are going to do that at the end. By the end of this lap, this lap, telling Jeff, and we're gonna pit and put on the soft compound tires and go to the end of the race. So locking up there, very nicely slowing for the pit speed limit, so to get a penalty from that. And now we're powering down this very slow pit lane, very narrow I must say. So yeah, now a swift change to soft tires, very good start from the boys. And now we're gonna merge in front of, we're not sure, I can't really see.
See these tires through to the end now.
Alright, so we are ahead of Stroll and just behind Hulkenberg, as Hulkenberg and, well, Hulkenberg is just, well, not saying not very far, but the
8 seconds.
the rest of the guys are pitting, final few people, and Hulkenberg is going to try and overtake, I think that's our teammate Alonso. So that Renault engine just powers his way through a teammate, and yeah, now we are right behind Alonso. So will Alonso make it easy for us? We'll find out as we power down the straight. We have much better straight line, and
0.5 seconds.
there we go, down the inside. Nice move from us, and now we can focus, set our eyes on the Renault ahead of us, and we just send one down the inside. Much better grip, but the Renault is not giving up. It taps our rear wheel, and we're having to fight it. Pushes us wide, and we return some of the favor. Still going side by side into the next corner. We have to go round the outside here, and we'll have the inside for the next corner like we did to Leclerc. Great job job done, and now we can set our eyes on the next car ahead, the Renault, the other Renault of, I want to say it's Sainz, or it could be Hulkenberg. Yeah, it's Sainz. We send it down the inside into turn 1, and that's job done. They are successfully passed both Renaults, and now we have Ricardo. Actually, we get very close to Ricardo. We send it down the inside, but Ricardo has the better exit compared to us, but we head towards the next lap. Ricardo going very slowly here, and we take the opportunity to pass him for P6. This will be a very good result for us. Considering where we started, Ricardo locks up into the next corner, and I think he's yet to make a stop, so Ricardo definitely struggling on his current soft compound tires. We have much better grip compared to him, and he has the better exit for some reason, so but we're gonna try and overtake him on the straight if we can. And look at the straight line speed difference at the moment, and we switch to the outside, send it down the inside. We lock up actually, and Ricardo might get us back around the outside, but we just hang it down the inside, and Ricardo has nothing to answer to it, or does he? Looks like he has decent straight line speed, turned up the engine, but eventually he got the inside line, and that is the move done and booked. And yeah, so we're flying at the moment at this next half of the race, as a few of the guys are pitting now, and we are now onto the podium positions, and we're going to the end of the race with 10 laps to go. 11 laps actually, so yeah, looking very good for us at the moment. And there's yellow flags ahead of us, and there's a slow moving Sauber, and I'm not sure who's that for. I want to say it's Leclerc, because I just saw the game tag there, the name tag, and sorry about the audio got corrupted, so I didn't manage to get the audio. But Leclerc, unfortunate for him, he's got a puncture, and yeah, he's just unfortunately yeah, unluckily got the puncture, and the virtual safety car has been deployed for Leclerc. Very slow moving as he spun it in the final corner, and yeah, we're gonna pass him now. He's ghosting, and we decide to pit for a new set of tires. So we're gambling here, trying to see if we can do something, try to get a better position, trying to get the best strategy as possible, as taking the risk basically. And the VSC is ending now, and we are now exiting the pits as we lose the back end massively there, nearly smashing into the wall. We come out just ahead of the Force Indias, and let's see if we can make the charge and try to regain the positions that we lost. But
33.7 seconds.
Yeah, the gap to the car ahead is 33 point something seconds, and as the laps go by, I kind of realize that we have made the wrong strategy call, and as you can see around these few corners, we're still catching Grosjean, but we're not catching him as much as we hoped for. As you can see, Grosjean making a move on one of the Saubers, Ericsson I think that is, and yeah, Grosjean makes it look very easy, and now we can attack on Ericsson, as he's having to go quite slowly. I'm not sure, I think it's due to the tire wear, but there's another yellow flag behind us, but there's nothing much to it. And will we send it down the inside of Ericsson? We're still there, down the inside of Ericsson, and Ericsson, well, doesn't put up much of a fight, as his tires are pretty worn at this stage. And I want to point out that the team has actually put on used super soft tires onto our car. That is why the pace advantage didn't really come into effect, and we are not really gaining as much as we would have liked. And now onto the straight, Ericsson is being passed by Daniel Ricciardo, and Ricciardo pretty similar move to what we did to him, and he will be on his merry way. And now we're behind Grosjean here. Can we size him up for the next few corners like we did countless amount of times this race already? Now heading towards the swooping right hand. Grosjean leaves the door open. We just send it. That could have ended nasty there, but Grosjean just left the door slightly open and we went for it. And
You made it look easy.
cheers to Grosjean for giving us the space, or else we could have both ended up in tears. Now onto the straight once again. Grosjean and Ricciardo possibly both getting very close to us, and Grosjean having to go round the outside of us into the chicane-like corner, squeezing him out for good measure. And now onto the next second part of the straight. Grosjean now, as well as Ricciardo, both looking for an avenue to get past us, but we are having none of it. And we brake late into the next corner, and we still come out ahead of both of them very nicely indeed. And I believe we're up in P7. I'm not entirely sure. We'll find out soon. Yes, it's P7, and it's the final lap as well. So unfortunately, the strategy gamble we did hasn't paid off. We could have gotten a podium or P4 or P5 being the Toro Rosso's position, but unfortunately these things happen. And yeah, this is the end result of the race. Valtteri Bottas wins, Kimi Räikkönen second, Ferrari a good result for them. Lewis Hamilton in P4, Pierre Gasly 5th, Brendan Hartley, very good result for both Toro Rossos. As I said before, we could have been in their position if we didn't take the gamble. But unfortunately, this is how things work in F1. You take the gamble and it doesn't work. Roman Grosjean behind us, Ricciardo in 9th, Ericsson in 10th. That is the top 10. So this is, you gain a lot of position during the race, didn't you? And we went for the answer that would help the aero department. So give them a boost, give them credit. So Alonso, our rival between him and us. Well, I'm a sportsman-like driver, so I'm gonna go with the left-hand side answer. And this is about our fuel strategy, and yeah, we kind of gone with the wrong fuel strategy, I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, I'm gonna go for that, and that decreases our reputation within McLaren, unfortunately. So there we go, the rivalry after the French Grand Prix. We're still leading our teammate Alonso, but we're not leading our rivalry between us and Verstappen. This is the resource points we gain, and it's a good decent amount, 800 in total, so that is definitely good. And we get our bonus as well, team goal, but unfortunately the team rep has dropped a bit. So yeah, that's this episode of Career Mode I have for you guys today. I'm gonna wrap up. Yeah, if you like this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.